Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley Sisters. I'm Jessica, also known as Naturally Nitty, and this is episode 254.
And I'm Alina, also known as Starnits. This is our bi monthly podcast. If
Oops.
you're a first time watcher, welcome. If you are a returning watcher, thanks for coming back. Sorry that it's been a month since our last podcast.
So grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us. You have any mojo?
Yeah, actually, kind of sort of. So, I finished this baby sweater,
Okay.
and it's for the baby that Madison is having. And I
It's
finished
so
it.
cute.
I have to sew on two more buttons. Um, but I got the buttons from my button box. Like I have a bunch of buttons.
Fun.
It's not a box. It's like baby food jars, separated by color because that's how anal I am. Anyways, so I finished it. So I knit this part. Obviously, the sweater is you knit it, and then I wasn't debating between separating for the arms or not, and I just decided to. So the arms kind of look similar.
Yeah, they do.
Sorry, I keep getting the like directions crossed. So yeah, so I did that. It doesn't completely match the body, but it matches it well enough.
It's super cute.
Yeah, so I have to sew on two more buttons, and then I am using regular thread for that, and then I got some DMC floss
hmm
to sew it on even better because I'm not good at sewing on buttons. I guess like
I usually use DMC floss for putting buttons on. That's just usually what I do.
yeah, and you had said that, but after I had already sewn on these buttons, so I'm just gonna go over it.
That reminds me, I need to put this button back on my uh, Ron Weasley sweater.
Yeah, that's cool.
Finally, it popped off.
I still have to sew the buttons on my handspun sweater that I got to replace the ceramic buttons. But I was gonna say something and then I forgot. Oh, so I
All right.
had sewn them on, and I only sewn on a few, and then Madison's mom's group threw her like a little baby shower. So and they obviously invited me. So I went and wrapped it up, not sewn on buttons, and took it, and it was really really nice. Like they gave her like a ton of stuff, like
That's
which is
awesome.
really nice because I've been out of the baby game for about 14 years, and
Really?
then so like we didn't have anything at all, and these ladies are in the baby game, or they have like toddlers, so they're like, I have all of this stuff that I don't want. I'm gonna
Awesome.
give it to you. Do you mind used? And we were like, no.
I would take it all.
Yeah,
No, that's awesome.
it's pretty awesome. Like I think like the only thing we need to get is like a little dresser for the baby, and yeah, like so many diapers
Nice.
and so many things. It was amazing. It was really nice. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
that's my mojo. Do you have any whips? Do you have mojo?
I have Mojo. I put it on there? Okay, I finished Leah's sweater for my order mission
Oh, that's awesome.
the week after. I guess I could pull it up on here. It
She's
takes
wearing it, I'm guessing.
horrible, horrible photo. It's upstairs. No, she's not wearing it. She's worn it a few times. Um, but it's so hard to take photos of purple things. Is my conclusion after making this thing. Because every time I took a picture, the center, my camera on my phone would make the center like pink, and it's not pink. It's like all like electric purple color. Anyway, um, see what I'm saying? Like right there,
Yeah.
it's not pink like that in the middle. But that's okay. So there she is wearing it. Anyway, um, yeah, but she likes it. It turned out great. Blah blah blah. I handed it in. And it's finished. And I used a good amount of the yarn. I think I had like a skein or two left over because I dyed a whole sweater over dyed a whole sweater quantities worth of yarn for it. But yeah, so
Um, when Bella saw that, she was like, "When am I going to get a sweater?" And I was like, "Shut the heck up! Because I'm
sorry.
going to do one right now."
Does she know that the one you're making is for her?
Yeah, I told her that, and
Oh,
then the other day she was like, "I need a sweater," and I'm like, "What do you think I'm knitting on right now in front of your face?" And she's like, "Oh, that's for me. I don't remember." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You're so big, it takes forever." And she's not
well,
big; she's just tall.
she is very tall. She's like taller than Gabe almost. But you also that yarn is DK. Like the yarn I always
Oh,
using
I thought it was
is
worsted.
nines and like almost chunky. Like
Yeah,
so, mine knit up really fast.
but anyway, I
Okay,
was
so I have
put that.
more FOs.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
aren't
that's
these
so
cute?
cute.
Cute little mittens, and I made this little hat for
Oh,
Lavila. Oops, other way. Our niece. When they were here for Bella's birthday party, Jared was saying how she could use a hat because her head is just abnormally large for her, her size, and they had to buy a new one this year or last year or something. I don't know. And I was like, I can make her one. I keep putting it over this way, and her favorite color is purple, or she likes purple and pink or something. So I just picked this is some hand spun. And I made the copycat CC beanie. This is the first one I made. They've been like dreaming these things because I've been making so many of them.
so I've seen a lot of those around. What is it a copycat of?
So at the stores, like I don't know if it's at Walmart or like Target or whatever, like this hat is like a manufactured thing. Like it's got like twisted rib and then the pearl and then the ribbing and then the pearl and like it's just a hat. But like everyone buys them or whatever, and it's this like I forget what it is, Colorado chic or something is like the CC.
Oh,
So anyways, some knitter was like, dude, I can make that. Like looked at it and just figured
I
out the
think we
pattern.
all do when we're in the store. But
I
anyway,
know. It always makes me mad when I see knit things. Like not mad, but like I could totally make that. Anyways, so I made this for her, and then I made a pom pom. I bought a crap ton, like series crap ton of faux fur from Joann's, and I made it. And then I made it so it's reversible.
like on
Not
purpose, or
reversible.
you just had it? Like you on
What?
purpose bought it for pom poms, or you just bought it because you wanted faux fur?
I bought it for pom poms. I
Okay.
had wanted to make them last year, but I just never did it. And then I was like, I'm gonna go get it. So they actually the fabric faux fur is expensive,
Yeah.
number one, but it was on sale. It was like either 40 or 50% off. And I also had a coupon. What?
That's a good deal.
I know. So I only bought like, I think like a foot, like 12 inches of each one. Yay, son. Of each faux fur that I bought. And then there were some remnants that I bought too.
Oh,
But I bought like a crap ton for $16. When you can buy these pom poms, they're like anywhere from like $3 to $6 a pom pom, and I
oh,
could probably make like 50 of them out of the stuff I got.
oh, because like the hats are expensive.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is for Lavila, and then I had yarn left over, so I made matching mittens. I followed the that Ann Bud pattern book of patterns,
Oh yeah.
handy book of patterns, the knitter's handy book of patterns. Yes, Ann Bud, I was right.
Yeah.
Just
It's a nice pattern book.
basic you because I already had my gauge because I made the hat first. So I plugged in the numbers and I just went to town.
Sorry, I have like wet hair.
And we're gonna go visit them tomorrow so I can bring them to her.
So we went over there last weekend, and Wheela was showing me all of her toys,
Hmm.
and she's 5, I think,
Hmm.
4, maybe. She's the same age as Jude.
Her birthday's in I think January. I don't even want to guess. I'll get it wrong. I want to say January.
Anyways, she's 4 or 5.
I think she's 4. I think she'll be 5 soon.
She's 4, and yeah, she's 4 because they have all these drawings that she has like hanging up. They're like super good. like amazing. I was just like, these are so great. And like they let her hang them up like everywhere. So like all around the house, there's like all these pictures. It's so funny. So Jared, that's our brother. He was like, look at this one. So in the dining room, there's like a series of like 4 or 5 of the same like photo series, I guess, that he drew. So like he was fixing the toilet and she was helping him and he was showing her. So she drew a picture. So there's this picture of this person with a wrench and then this person with pigtails. That's Lavila. And then there's this toilet. And Jared was like, well, look at that and tell me what you think. Like, either you're like building something or some sort of toilet. And he's like, yeah, I was fixing the toilet. And but there's like and then so I was looking at it and it's really good, really well drawn for a 4-year-old. And then I was looking around the room and there's like a series. So it must have been like a super important thing for her to like he like showed her the inside parts of how the toilet worked and stuff. So she was like
That's Jared.
drawing it with like so there's like the toilet and then there's like the drain.
That is so funny.
It's hilarious. And I was just like laughing. I was just like, it's so cute. But she does really good drawings. And then there's one drawing. I'm pretty sure it's a horse. It looks like a horse. And then she has like drawings of like all kinds of stuff. They're really, really fun. So yeah.
That's awesome.
She was really funny. But yeah. Anyway, that is not a whip or a mojo.
I still have mojo.
Let's finish with your mojo. Sorry, that was a huge tangent.
That's okay. So, like I said, I've been knitting a lot of hats. I have a lot.
Oh, wow. That is a lot.
Yeah.
Christmas gifts this year?
Yes. This is the teacher / youth group leader hats. So the boys, I'm making the oats pattern. But, okay, so I'm using Pound of Love, Karen Pound of Love, which is like, you know, your big old giant pound of crappy acrylic yarn. Which, you know, it has its purposes. And the original thing I bought it for was that couch cushion cozy. I was going to cover our entire couch with it, all the cushions, and then I was going to make a blanket for the back, and like it was going to be completely yarn covered couch because it was being destroyed. Well, our neighbors were getting rid of their couch because of like allergy reasons, like whatever. Anyways, and they gave it to us. So we got rid of said crappy black couches, faux leather couches that were ripping apart. And I no longer needed to make cozies and blankets. So I have like a ton of yarn. That was where I was like, okay, I need to use this for teacher gifts. What can I do? So I asked the kids, I'm like, would you rather have mittens or hats to give? And they said hats. Anyways, so guys are getting this, which is the oats pattern from Tin Can Knits.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, so I'm using the Pound of Love. It's a very thick worsted weight. It's not worsted weight.
Aran.
I would say it's like heavy Aran. Anyways,
yeah.
I followed the pattern for a small size adult head. You know how she has small, medium, and large?
Yeah.
Small. And it was like so ginormously big, it was not even funny. Like I knit the thing and I was like, oh, it'll be fine. And I just kept knitting and I didn't check gauge or anything. No, it was not fine. So I ripped it out and cast on, I think it was at least like 12 stitches less. Like I think I did the smallest. I'd have to look. I think I'm doing.
Well, you know that voice when you're knitting and it says
follow it.
It's long. Listen to it because you save yourself so much heartache.
It was like a day's worth of knitting because it's, you know, a hat. It's not that hard. Still. But for real, like listen to your inside knitting voice.
Because your knitting voice is true.
And we all have it. Anyways, so I think I'm doing 72 stitches on, I believe 9s is what I'm using. Well, 8s for the ribbing and then 9s, or 7s and then 9s. I forget. I wrote it down on Ravelry. We'll see. So guys are these. I have 2 done. I think I need 5 total for the guys. And then for the girls, I'm doing the copycat hat. But look at that pom-pom.
Oh, that's fun.
Isn't it? Yeah. But I love it. And Leah's like, that looks so stylish. Can I give that to my cheer coach? So I'm like, Great. Add another one to the list.
You're like, sure, let me just make another one.
Uh-huh. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Oh, did I say I'm like attaching, I have a button on the inside
Oh,
and
that's
then I attached it. I bought a bunch of little elastics.
so.
Um,
How do you make these pom poms?
so I cut out basically, I think it's a 5-inch circle. I just used the bottom of a container and drew a circle. And then very carefully you cut the faux fur, like you flip it, so the fur's like on the table
Yeah.
and you run your scissors like just along like the fabric part. Don't cut the fur, like just the fabric, because otherwise you'll have a big old mess on your hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, so look, so then
That's
you like baste around with yarn and you cinch it and you put stuffing in the middle. And then I was using DMC floss and then I like take it and whip stitch this little elastic on there so that it can come off when it needs to be washed. Cause I imagine this wouldn't wash the pom-pom.
yeah.
Anyway, so then you just shove it back through the hole in the middle and you can wrap it around the button a bunch of times. Or you could like change out color pom-poms if you wanted to like change it up.
Well, I think the ones you buy in the store are like snappy, the snappy
Oh,
thing.
well, maybe. But anyway, so yeah, so I have that one. I had some red, which is not the Karen. I forget what yarn this was. Leah wanted a Santa hat.
Of course,
So
you.
I said I'd make her a modern day Santa hat. So I had enough for 2 hats. So she already has her. She's been wearing it nonstop. And then this is another one. And then I still need to make pom-poms for a bunch more. But I have like
So you are turning in all the classes this month.
I will be. I need to like figure out where they can go. I know. I'll have to turn in like 2
I
for
think
each one.
Quidditch is you can turn in Quidditch, and it's something you would wear somewhere. So, boom.
Good. Well, then I'll have to look into that and do that. So I forget how many I've made so far. A lot. I also gave one to my neighbor and Leah. I
The
already
one that
said that.
out.
Yes, yeah, the one that gave us the couch. She was like, "Can I get one? Can I buy one from you?" I'm like, "I'll just give it to you." She's like, "Are they hard?" And I'm like, "I seriously am making like thousands of them, so like, no, I don't really care. What's one more?" But yeah, I think that's all my
Whips.
uh not
Mojo.
whips, mojos. Yes,
So, how about whips?
I'm working on another hat.
Really?
But so it has you do a provisional cast on. Oh, look, so yeah, just started.
Yeah.
I'm also starting. I started on. I don't know if I'll finish it this month. Um, a baby sweater for a certain uh baby that's going to be born soon. But it's flax light.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
What yarn is that?
just some sock yarn. I don't. I don't know what it is. I don't have the ball bend, but here it is. It's just some variegated stuff. But I'm doing, I think, the smallest size. But yeah, we'll see if I finish that. I don't know. That's not my whip. So.
Okay.
What are you working on?
For my whip, I realize I've been a lazy sunshine blanket square person, and I'm supposed to have joined this blanket already and sent it off to give comfort, but I suck at it. So I am finishing up the last row, and then I'll do the edging, and then I have to mail it, and then I need to make another one for a baby that was probably born like 6 months ago, because that's how sucky I am at this. Like, I'm super slow. I'm not really. I just get distracted, and I mean, I can't turn them in for points and blah blah blah. I mean, I can turn in for detention, but anyway. And also, I'm just really slow at it. So yeah.
It's not like you don't have a million other things going on.
That is true. But I mean, and you can't really carry a blanket around easily, which is why I cast on a pair of socks for myself. I don't know if I talked about them before or showed them before,
Maybe.
but I started them. They were really small, like when we first moved here, and now they're not really small because I'm almost to the point where I'll start the heels. Um, but this is sport weight knit picks Felici, um, which I saw they just brought it back because remember they were this is the macaroon colorway.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I'm just knitting them. They're not going to match, and I'm just knitting a plain vanilla sock because that's how I roll with self-striping sock yarn. It's just easier, and it's like an easy like take around knitting that you can do. But for the first part of this month, what I was mainly working on was this sweater for the ungrateful child of mine who expects me to knit her a sweater and wears a size, it's like a size medium adult. Yes. I have joined and I've started this shoulder decreases.
You're in the home stretch.
Yeah. And then I have to do a hood. But
True.
the pocket and stuff, but I want to show off my awesome stitch markers. But I've already started the placket. See? I'm like
Very
one
cool.
row into the placket. So fun stitch markers. These ones are stars. This one's a carousel from when I did that My Little Pony one. And look at this one. It's a little mouse. I don't know. I like stitch
That's
markers.
cute.
And then this one's just a diamond, and then just a diamond, and then a star. But yeah, so that's where I'm at on there. But it's on hold right now because I actually need to do some classes, interning classes, which I do have some, but it's not knitting or crochet. So
Cool.
that's what I've been working on lately. So I realized I left my spinning, which is our next thing is you spin me right round. So I'm going to grab that while Jessica, you talk about your spinnings.
Okay. I actually, where's that? I finished up. Oh, I have to reach. I finished up a skein that I spun. Actually, I think when we were at one of your shows, Allena, I like spun a bunch of yarn. I need to wash it. It's like all kinky and not washed. But I applied it the other day. Maybe not the other day, a few weekends ago, when I was at my crafters retreat. Anyways, but yeah. So I have a skein of yarn. I also started working on my second half of my Blue Mountain Handcrafts mashup. I have half of it spun. Here, I can even show you. See, it's like up there hanging. I started the second one, which is 3 bobbins. So I finished one bobbin, and I am about halfway on another one. And then I have a whole nother bag to spin. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish that and apply it by the end of the month. So we'll see. Let me get the. Oh, it's like hanging on my wheel. I'm like, where's my bag of fiber? Yeah, so I just split up.
Question we all ask at what time in our life, if you're a spinner.
What?
It's a question we all ask as a spinner
Yeah.
once.
So I took, I think it was 5 braids of fiber, and just split them up and put them in 6 bags, and then I'm randomly spinning little bumps of fiber from them. So
is this mashup for clothes or for you?
this is for me. So then this is like the last bag that I'm gonna do.
Cool.
But yeah, so it doesn't have like a method to the mashup, which a lot of times I do, like have a method of what I'm gonna do, but it's just a traditional 3-ply. But I really liked how the first half came out, so we'll see how this one does. But yeah. And then that was it for my spinning. But I do have some fiber to talk about.
Okay. I so it got really cold here, um, right around like Halloween, and then it stayed cold. And just this week, it warmed up to 50. So we had snow for a while,
Yes.
and Bella has to walk to school because the school is just down the street. And so I was like, "Well, do you want me to knit you a headband or crochet? I have all of these cool ear warmer patterns." And I pulled up like ear warmers on Ravelry and showed her. And she was like, "I don't know." And then she walked to school and it was like 5 degrees or whatever. It was really cold. And then she came back and was like, "I think I do want one." And I was like, "Okay." So I pulled them up. I'm like, "Just pick one that you want." And she picked like this plain one. It's called um, New Ears Warmer. And it's just basically ribbon. But it's um, worst to wait. And I was like, "You can go down and pick from my hand spun some yarn, and it would be a smaller skein, blah, blah, blah." So she was looking through, and a lot of the ones she liked are like the fingering yarns that I've spun. So they're like 400 yards or 500. And she was like, I don't know. So then I was like, "Well, here's some fiber. Do you like this?" And she was like, "Yeah." So I had made some fiber bats, like when I first got my drum carder, with some wool. And so she liked that. And so I spun it up really quickly. So it's like teal and blue and like a maroon color. And it's where I don't know the exact wraps per inch, but I'm going to be taking pictures of it later, and I will then know, and it will be in my project page. But I got 110 yards, so I think I only need like 70 for her headband. But um, so I spun that up quick for her. So I have to take pictures of it before I start knitting with it because this I will turn this in for a class. Oh crap! And then I dropped my knit kit. So then when I was looking through fiber to spin, I found these random bats that I got at SSK last year on the give and take table, and I so I like spun them together, and this is what I came up. It's still a little wet, so I'm not gonna like really wrap it into a skein, but I spun this one really fast too. And it had like yellows and pinks. And the first one was this Happy Hooves Bat Club. I'm not sure who it's from. It's called Clown Parts. Like seriously, I just picked up a bat from the table, so that was that. And then the other one was this Rogue Raft from Hobbledehoy. But I don't think it was the full 4 9. It was just one bat, so I'm thinking it was only 2 ounces, not the full 4.
Okay.
That it says it is. So then they were both like one was like yellows and browns and blues, and the other one was pinks and yellows. Um, so I just spun them together, and like this is what I came up with.
It's fun.
Um, yeah, so it's just a quick spin too. It's 112 yards. It looks like a light, bulky, if that there is such a thing. It's not worsted. It's like bigger than worsted.
Here.
So, but I think it's a little bigger than here too. Anyways,
Chunky.
yeah. So that's what I got, and I just like spun it really quick because I was needing to do something
Yeah.
other than knit the stupid sweater that doesn't end. Um, which I did turn that in for 25%, which really kills me because I was at like 70% of that sweater, and I just couldn't do it.
That's
So yeah.
funny.
Note to self: missions are not sweaters, at least for me. I'm too slow of a knitter. So yeah. But anyway, so that's what I did. That's what I've been spinning. And
Fun.
that,
I joined the Southern Cross Fiber Club
oh,
because
that's
my
what
fiber stash is super, super low. Like I don't have that much to like grab and spin. I have a few mashup worths of things that I want to spin, but I just don't have fiber.
I
Anyway,
usually do fiber clubs from Christmas or my birthday.
hmm I just did it one day because I wanted to.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so this one is October and it's called New Day. It's Cordo. Cordo. Oh, it's not
So
like,
is your club always Cordell?
no. There we go. I
So
don't
it's
think
like
so.
browns and rust.
Yeah, it's like rust and blue and like a dark deep purpley.
Okay, cool.
Um, but yeah, I think it's pretty.
Yeah.
Uh, I just, I don't know. I just needed some fiber in my life. That's all. Yeah, so I joined that, and that I have another one too, but it's put away that I must not have talked about last month. But yeah, so that's other fiber related things.
That's cool. I
Hmm.
love fiber clubs. They're my favorite.
Yeah, fun stuff.
So, um, binging? Have you been binging on anything?
A little bit. I started watching Friday Night Lights on Hulu, um, which I'm still not sure if we're gonna keep
We
for now.
canceled it.
You canceled yours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we were paying that 99 cent like Black Friday deal.
It
Um,
ends for us, it ended like coming up here in a couple of days. So
yeah,
I canceled it. So we still have it until like the 24th, I think.
yeah. I haven't decided yet because I watch a lot of things on there. So I don't know. So, anyways, I started watching that for funsies. I'm also, well, I guess we haven't really watched Call of the Midwife much. Um, but with the girls, I'm doing that. I need to get caught up on Grey's and 911. I have a few shows on both of those that I need to watch. Um, I just haven't had a lot of TV time lately. I think we watched another Marvel movie. Which one did we watch last? Iron Man 3. What comes after that?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
I think I know we watched that one. I don't know if we watched another one after that. But it's so hard because we're not all home at the same time. It's like craziness. So yeah, that's about it. Like we're not binging a ton.
So, I have been binging books and a lot of TV. But um, I finished the Book of Deacon. I think I was reading it last month, maybe not, but I started it and finished it, and it was pretty good. I read Fried Green Tomatoes again. Um, like I read it a long time ago, and then like reading it again. Um, there's so much they left out of the movies. It's
Oh, I'm
crazy.
sure.
And then I was on Instagram, and I forget who posted about it. They posted about reading this book, Beard something, and I was like, oh. And then I like followed the link to the author page because that author is a knitter, and so she has this book series called Knitting in the City, and the first book is called Neanderthal Seeks Human. So I downloaded it from Audible and like listened to it on my drive the earlier this month, and I loved it. It was the best like fun movie, and there was like a knitting group, and it was just hilarious. It was like it's like a kissy book, so it was good though. But it was funny. Like that's what she says, like smart kissy books or smart girl kissy books or something like that. So the
Okay.
book wasn't like dumb, so I really liked it. But and then there was knitting, so it was good. So it's called Neanderthal Seeks Human. Um, I have to look up who the author is. I feel really bad because I forget. Um, but the um, it's the first book in the it's by Penny Reed. It's the first book of the Knitting in the City. Like they live in New York City, and there's like a knitting group. So the girl that this one's about actually doesn't knit. She just goes with her best friend to the knitting group. It's really cool. Um, but yeah, it was good. I liked it, and there was a lot of like laugh out loud parts. So that's was really fun. And then like the knitting parts were also cool. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And I haven't like read anything else because I'm out of credits. So, or I would have like got the next one in the series, but I used my other credit to get the next series of the encrypted books by Sheenan McGuire, I think is how you say that, her name, and who's also Mira Grant, her other personality or writing thing. So yeah, but anyway, I've been watching, like binge watching 911, which is really good when you catch up on it.
Need to get
CIS, The Masked Singer is really good. I finished watching The Good Place, like I'm caught up on and I'm watching like current Good Place, and I finished watching Another Life, which is a really good show on Netflix. And I think there was other stuff that I binged through on Netflix, but I forget what it was. And then we're watching like all the Christmas movies too. So yeah,
fun.
That's what we're doing because yeah,
we've started a few Christmas movies, but not a ton yet.
Yeah, I mean, not so much.
I'm looking forward to them though. I like Christmas movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones on Netflix and also the Hallmark Channel.
I need to get. How do you? I don't have the Hallmark. I don't have a cable, so I don't know how to get the Hallmark Channel.
They probably have a website, like an app that you can download.
Sure. Anyways, I started listening to Mercy Thompson. Well, I think when I like was driving to your house at one point, and then for some reason, my computer's been really sucking lately and like taking forever to load and stuff, and like so I couldn't watch something on my laptop. So I was like, fine, screw it, and I just got my my iPod out, which is also dying a slow, horrible death. But I started listening, like picked up where I was listening to it again, which is always good fun. Yeah. I like Mercy.
Well, I also use my other credit for the next Mercy Thompson book, which comes out in March.
Which is exciting.
I know. I'm excited for that. So yeah. Okay, so randomness.
Yes.
I was driving to Maryland, which is why I listened to the book. Maryland Alpaca and Fleece Show is, I think, what it was. It was good. It was cold outside and cold. It was so cold, but it was good. Like I was in a barn. It was at the Howard County Fairgrounds, which is where Maryland Sheep and Wool is, and they are building a new building out there. So normally when you go to Maryland Sheep and Wool or anything that's there, they have the one main big building that's inside, but now next to it they're building another one. So I wonder if that's going to be done and if they're going to be able to use it for Maryland Sheep and Wool. But yeah,
that's exciting. I that same weekend was at Crafters Retreat up in Pembine, Wisconsin.
That's cool.
It was fun. It was good. Nice to relax and do nothing. I think I was like so tired and didn't do much. Like I knit. I didn't bring my drum carder because I have fiber, but I need to dye it, and I need to do that soon. But I didn't have anything dyed to like card up. And I brought my wheel, but I barely used it. But yeah, so I just kind of sat. But like I think I've been so busy lately that it was just nice to be able to like sit and do nothing.
Sometimes you just need that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember if I told everyone I got a job at Starbucks.
Yes.
And even just work, like Jessica had said before, she was working at Meals on Wheels, and just working like 15 to 20 hours extra outside of the home is so
it's crazy
thing to get used to, because then you come home and you still have to clean the house, cook, and do all the running around.
Yes.
Which gets added more for each kid that you have. So anyway, yeah. So I've been working at Starbucks, and it's super exhausting. Um, Plus, I've been working the morning shift, which is also extra exhausting because you get up very early. It opens at 5. So you have to be there at 4:30, and that's just not my favorite shift to do because Andy works second shift, so then I don't get to see him. But anyway, I actually really like it because it's like coffee and stuff, but it's hard. I think it's a little harder for me because I'm more of an introvert, so I have to be like on and like talking to people and being nice to people. Not that I'm not nice to people, but sometimes people are really sweet and you have to be nice to them. And it's just draining, like in a totally different way than just work working is, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know like after shows, I come home and I sit for at least a day, not really talking or doing anything, which is why I binged all those TV shows because I need that time to like not be on.
Mm-hmm.
So like the working at Starbucks is like that
I couldn't do it.
every other day. Um, but I do like it. Like the people are nice. Like I signed up for they're doing a Christmas exchange, and I got my person. Um,
Oh,
I'm
that's
not really sure what the rules are for it, but we'll see. But working at Starbucks, my hands get really dry, and also the water here is really hard, so my whole body is dry.
it's just cold.
Yeah, and it's cold. So I made lotion bars the one day I was off after the alpaca show because I needed to like get through that, and then I could do all the other stuff. So I made lotion bars. I made one for Andy and one for um, the girls. So Andy's, I used the Shutran oil from Young Living, which is like a manly scent
Ooh,
that
I
they
haven't heard of that one.
created. And then I used for us, the girls, I used Joy, and I added a little citrus fresh in there, so it's like a citrusy, happy smell.
Fun.
But they really turned out well. Um,
I made lotion bars too.
yeah.
I was like running out where I was like digging in like the tiny little bits to get the rest of them out. But yeah, I love lotion bars.
So yeah, but it is like 2:50, so Bella will be coming home, so we might get interrupted.
I was gonna say we need to sign off in 9 minutes because I have to go and pick up kids.
Okay, so one thing before we go, last month I didn't turn this in, but I took the towel that you made me that I felted on accident and made it into a pillow.
I'm glad.
It has a zipper, and I put two pillows in it
It's awesome.
that were falling apart. So yeah, but two more things before we go. I got into YarnCon
Ooh, fun.
Chicago, and
When is that?
I paid for it. It's in April,
Okay.
and I also got into the Zombie Knitpocalypse in June in Rochester, Minnesota. So I'm excited that I'm like my show demographic has totally changed. So I've been kind of like out of sorts the past couple of months because I have to change all of my shows, like where I am.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different. So I've been getting into different ones that are around here. So it's like a totally new market, and it's kind of like stressful but fun at the same time.
Yeah.
So if you're in those areas like Chicago or Minnesota, uh, be looking for me at those two events.
I had applied to Zombie Apocalypse, but and I got in, but I realized after the fact, after I applied, that I had a work obligation that I said I would actually. I have to. They have this like big fundraising thing that they do. It's called Junipalooza. But they had asked me to actually sit and spin like the whole day. So like, yeah, I get to spin, so it's cool. But I forgot that I like it was the same day, like that Saturday, so I can't do it. So I'm bummed about that.
Yeah.
But maybe next year.
Yeah. So you made lotion bars too. You have other stuff on your list that you made.
Oh, I am not even looking.
And it says you ordered stuff for chapsticks.
Oh, so yeah, I ordered little chapstick.
I also did chapstick too.
Leo wants to make chapsticks for like all her teachers and friends and stuff.
It's super easy.
So I put my lotion. I keep like trying to hold it over here. I have these. I think these are 2-ounce things. I got them. I think from Allena Shea Creations. Like I used to get lotion bars from her, and I just love the tubes. So I cleaned them out the other day, and then this is like another. This is obviously bigger than a chapstick. I don't know if I.
That's like the healing salve.
Yeah, like so. This is chapstick size. These are bigger, but yeah. So I put the lotion bars in these, and I think I had like 5 or 6 of these. I did peppermint, spearmint, wintergreen, and then stress away in them, and they smell like so yummy.
And also, like that'll be muscle relieving too.
Yeah. And then I have had a bunch extra, so I just filled some
cupcakes.
Yes, liners, and like I gave one of those to Joe, and the girls have some of the little ones I'm giving to them, and then I put one in my purse and one in my knitting bag, and one like I just have them all over. But yeah, Leah wanted to make chapstick things, so I ordered, and I used up all my beeswax and shea butter and stuff, so I ordered more of that stuff and the chapstick tubes, and I forget what else. Oh, roller bottles for my oils because like. I need more stuff. Anyways, not that you guys need to know what I ordered. But yeah, I can't even see what's on.
You have tie blankets written on there.
Yes. So there's this family in our church who it's almost 4 years ago now. They lost 3 children in a fire, their house fire, and one of them survived. But
so heartbreaking.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Anyways, they finally, she said, Christy is mom's name. She's like, I've been thinking of different things we could do to honor them, and like nothing ever seemed good enough or whatever. But then she finally, someone, I think, told her about this, but making tie blankets for the Ronald McDonald House for Children's Hospital. And then like they donate them to like either families or kids there that are staying there or going through stuff or whatever. So they're doing that, and then they're gonna sew on little patches that have like in memory of Natalie, Ben, and Carter, and then a verse on it that we're gonna sew on there. Anyways, but so we went when the fleece was on sale and picked out enough for like 5 blankets. So we spent this last Saturday cutting those and tying them. I've never made them before, but they were fun. And the kids now all want their own, but like we don't have time for that or money for that right now. But I thought it was good. It was like a nice family craft thing, and then for like a really good cause. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Anyways, but yeah, we've been busy. Working has been crazy, like trying to keep up at home and with kids.
Obviously, it's the end of November, and we haven't podcasted for like.
It's great. It's crazy. Yes, we will be better next month.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna let you guys go. Jessica has to go pick up her kids.
Yeah.
And
have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Have a great Thanksgiving. Okay. See you guys later.
Bye.